Welcome everyone to a new chapter of No Damn Excuses. Today we're speaking in English to know more about this amazing guest that we have today. Who is she? Phumzile Miya is a passionate lady who likes working with women, youth, and community development and at large. She studied chemical engineering, project management, and organizational leadership at Harvard Business School Online. Professionally, she has been a project engineer in the gas industry for the past 14 years, where she managed diverse projects from designing bulk cryogenic road tankers to gas pipeline installations in hospitals, different industries, as well as hospitality industry. During the COVID pandemic, she was not locked down. She was busy upgrading hospitals in order to cater for the high demand of oxygen that was needed at the time. She has added value in the gas industry by being a change champion and hosted a number of standardization programs to minimize maintenance costs. She believes in simplification of processes without compromising safety. She's the founder of EST Dlamini Foundation, which is a non-profit organization that was established in June 2021. The focus of the foundation, among other projects, is leadership development program for teenagers and hosting other community empowerment events. She started working with youngsters as a teenager. Right now, she is the founder and host for eTeens Leadership Programming. This is a leadership mentorship programming for teenagers hosted in South Africa. Their target is to be the largest leadership program for teenagers in Africa and reaching 5,000 teenagers by the 10th anniversary. She's a well-known life coach and changed many lives in her sphere of influence. She's a co-author of the book Women in Leadership: Breaking the Glass Ceiling. Do you have the courage to follow your dreams like Phumzile? Or will you be a dreamer forever? This channel will seek to find the truth through conversation, interviews, and constant search for wisdom, so that we can all achieve our dreams, purposes, and no damn excuses. Please let me welcome to the studio and to the show, Phumzile. How are you today?
Hello, Rodrigo. I'm fine. How are you?
Excellent. Great to have you here on the show. I need to ask you, where are you located right now?
In Johannesburg, South Africa. So it's GMT +2. So, okay, I didn't check the time differences, but basically I'm in Johannesburg, South Africa. That's where I stay. I'm a mother of 3 boys, and I'm a full-time employee and entrepreneur part-time, as well as I love networking, all that.
Excellent, excellent. And you already mentioned a little bit about yourself, but what else can we know about yourself so everyone can know you a little bit better?
Okay, I'm a simple person, noisy with my friends, and very reserved in a professional setting. I need to get my facts straight before I approach anyone. I'm a passionate individual, full of energy, so they say. And I believe in continuous improvement. So basically, personal development, continually improving, becoming better. I love traveling locally and internationally, and I love hiking too.
Whoa.
Yes.
What was the last place that you visit?
In April, on my birthday, I went to USA. So I was in Albany, and then I also went to Niagara Falls, Harvard Business
Nice.
School. Yes. And then we also stayed in New Jersey, and we also toured the Staten Island to see the Statue of Liberty and New York City.
Whoa.
Yes.
Did you enjoy it?
Very much. It was it was exhilarating. It was beautiful.
Excellent, excellent. So, Phumzile, what do you do in your daily life when you're not working, when you're not doing things for the this project, this amazing project that we're going to speak in a few minutes?
Okay, basically, I prefer to write, or I journal a lot. So yeah, that's what I do. If I'm free, I'm not doing anything, or I read a book. I always have a book I'm reading or listening to, and I love spending time with my family.
Excellent. What book are you reading nowadays?
Okay, I'm listening to Joe Dispenza. He wrote the book Evolve Your Brain, which is quite an amazing book. Do you know Joe Dispenza?
Yes, I read it. I read the book
Oh,
that it says it's
Evolve Your Brain.
I don't know, in Spanish it probably it has a different
Oh,
yeah.
no, not a problem. It's quite an amazing book in terms of what? In terms of activating your brain, stimulating your brain, and knowing how the brain functions and all that. So it's quite an amazing experience or discoveries that I'm making about what our brains can do. It's quite a lot of things that our brains can do. Yes.
Yes, probably is one of the books that makes you think that all of the things that you believe were true probably weren't true, and you start to I don't know, analyze everything. That was that was one of the things that happened to me when I read one of his books, because I don't know if we have read the same
Favorite.
book, but Joey Dispenza is an amazing author. Phumzile, if you had $100 million, what would you do?
My greatest wish is actually priceless, because for me as an African, I wish I could change the mindset of African leaders to take care of their people first. But in terms of in monetary value, I would build satellite centers in every African country for the teenage leadership hubs, or rather entrepreneurial hubs for teenagers, so that we can have an office in every country and ensure that we reach out to the community, especially for those in previously disadvantaged communities.
Totally,
Yes.
totally. So, how has Phumzile background in chemical engineering and project management influenced your approach to community development and the work that you have done with women and youth?
Okay, so as a project engineer, project management is one of my strengths. So at work, we are given an opportunity to volunteer and support a charity of our choice. So when I was doing the charity project, it was easy for me to execute the project. I've managed projects of over 7,000 US dollars. So it was easy for me to execute, because project management is one of my strengths. And also, as part of as when you are an engineer, so you identify gaps and find solutions on how you can fill those gaps. So basically, what I did, so what prompted me to start the foundation was that I hosted a self-funded charity event, And from that event, I identified that there's a gap. And if we do a foundation, it will be easier for us to cater more people, because in that small, or rather that sample we had during that day, we could see that there's a great need. And if we do it via a foundation, then we can reach a larger audience.
Totally.
Yes.
And who supported you at the beginning when you said there's a gap and we should start a foundation?
I've got my family. They are my great support structure. So my sister has been there from day one. Even on the day of the event, my siblings were there. So basically, my family has been the support and pillar of strength for me to go ahead with the registrations and everything. Yeah, so they are always there. So if there's an event, my sister or one of my brothers, they will be there.
Excellent, excellent. In terms of methodologies, what would you say are your methods that you employ to mentor and empower teenagers in South Africa?
Okay, so basically what I do, we have lessons on monthly basis. So we meet online once a month. We have a WhatsApp group where we send them weekly tasks, because we remember we are talking about youth in previously disadvantaged communities. So they don't have data to be online all the time. So what we do, we send weekly tasks for them to do, and then we only meet once a month. And then what I also do, I meet with them on one-on-one basis, so to check on their progress, because I give them books to read so that they can then give me book reviews on those books that I've given them. So basically that's the method I'm doing. So it's doing the lesson once a month, the weekly lessons, and then the one-on-ones to check on progress of the teenagers.
How do you feel when you see that they are progressing? What are your emotions? What do you feel in your heart?
So when I see them progressing, it's fulfilling, it's beautiful. It's what? To me, it says I have served my purpose in life, basically.
Yeah, I love that. And also, Phumzile, you are a co-author of the book Women in Leadership: Breaking the Glass Ceiling. What key insights or experiences can you share of the book?
Okay, the book is fully loaded. That's what I can say, because it was written by a number of CEOs in South Africa, women in leadership. So it's CEOs, you're talking about professors from key universities in South Africa. So there's a lot of information and research that was done, and people shared their experiences from their journeys in becoming leaders as women in the corporate world. So my portion of the book, I focused on teenagers. I have passion for teenagers. So my portion was to give a guideline for anyone who wants to mentor a teenager, because there is a great need for leadership in not just in South Africa or Africa, the world at large. So our teenagers need someone that can hold them by hand. In South Africa, you have someone who has never eaten KFC, and those kids, they don't know how to use fork and knife. So those are some of the things that help. So basically, in the book, you will find a section where they talk about lift as you rise, open the gate, be a step ladder for someone else, even if you didn't have opportunities. But if you've been given an opportunity to make a difference, then you need to do your part and mentor a teenager. So basically that's that. And then as part of the book as well, there's a section where they talk about the importance of networking as a lady and keeping in touch with supportive ladies. And there's a part where they talk about, because in the corporate world, you find that as ladies, we compete But in the book, we're saying, let's complement each other so that we can move forward, because the challenges we face in the corporate world are more or less the same. So buy the book, you'll get all the insights there.
Where can we find the book nowadays?
Okay, currently it is available at Exclusive Books in South Africa. I will organize and share the link on the chat so that it can be available for people to buy it online.
Okay. So
Yes.
meanwhile, I will put the name of the book, that it's called Women in Leadership, Breaking the Glass Ceiling.
Yes, they're talking about how they broke the glass ceiling, basically. So every lady is sharing their story.
Okay, perfect. So afterwards, you're going to send us the link. So if anyone is interested in acquiring a copy of the book, you are going to be able to obtain it through that link.
Yes.
Phumzile, I want to talk about EST Dlamini Foundation. Is it pronounced right? Dlamini Foundation?
For you, that's okay. It's Dlamini Foundation. Yeah, EST Dlamini Foundation.
Okay, perfect. So tell us a little bit about what is it, when did it start, why did it start, and everything that we need to know to support you.
Okay, so EST Foundation, the EST Dlamini, those are my father's initials and surname. So my father loved people. We always had someone we are visiting when growing up. And we moved in quite a number of, we stayed in quite a number of places. So EST Dlamini Foundation is a nonprofit organization that focuses on leadership for teenagers, as well as women and youth community empowerment events or development. So we are currently in South Africa. However, the leadership program is aimed to reach out to Africa. By 2031, that will be our 10th anniversary. We want to reach teenagers, 5,000 teenagers in all African countries. And those teenagers, we want them to be leaders. So basically we are strategically creating leaders that will take over leadership positions in the next 10 to 20 years. So looking at the current status of things, we saw a need that there is a lack of leadership, there is lack of integrity. So our vision is to raise a caliber of leaders that will be bold with integrity. And our mission is to be the hub of information for teenagers, or basically anyone who wants to help with grooming of the teenagers. We also want to raise teenagers that will be future focused, who will intentionally create their future, not just fall into place, but intentionally create. So we have programs that we are running that are helping the teenagers in making the right decisions for their lives, because teenagers think they have time, but they do not have time. So the sooner they start in focusing or in being future focused, the sooner it will be for them to become the best in what they can be.
Sounds amazing what you're doing. One of the questions that probably pop-ups to my mind is, what's the length of time that a teenager's, like what's the entire length from a teenager when it enters to your organization and becomes finally a leader?
Okay, for now, our focus group is 13 and 14, but we planning on keeping them in the network. So basically, we would like to have a website that will keep them in the networking area. So basically, the formal program will be a year. Then thereafter, it will just be the mentorship and keeping in touch with the ones that were in that particular group. So currently we are still at the foundation phase. We're still establishing processes and strategies on how we're gonna go about with that. but the formal program is 1 year. And then thereafter, we ask the ones who were a part of the previous cohort, like last year, because we started the cohort last year. So we have some of them that are now helping the current group. Yes. So yeah, basically that is what we are doing.
In terms of choosing between a corporation that goes after profit and a non-for-profit organization, why did you believe that a non-for-profit organization was a better choice?
Okay, non-profit, looking at the audience we are working with, it's teenagers from previously disadvantaged communities, so they do not have money to pay. So and they are the ones that need this program more than the ones who are able to. So that is why we went for the charity route, so that we can reach out to as many as we can through partnering with different organizations. But in most cases, you find that I'm self-funding some of the projects, and yeah, it's my time, my money, and I'm okay with that. I'm fulfilled when that is done. When at the end of the day, for me, it's getting the action and completing it, and that's all that matters to me.
Amazing, Phumzile. Can you provide specific examples of successful initiatives or programs that you have positively influenced young individuals?
Okay.
We're losing her. Phumzile, are you there? Oh.
Okay, I missed you there. Can you see me?
Yes, you're back. Welcome.
Okay. All right. So basically, programs that we have done, we have, what can I say? We have given them tasks that they can do, so that it activates something at the back of their mind or in their subconscious mind. So we have given them a task to create a vision board. So you know the law of vibration, that when you see something, somehow the mind thinks it's already there, and then in that way, eventually, it comes to pass. George Dispenser, yeah,
Mm.
and then and then we also give them a test that is your personality test, the emotional intelligence test, and we've already done that. The career test, already done that. So that is part of the things we have done. And what else? We also do the lessons, and we also encourage participation from them, because you'll find that I will send maybe 3 affirmations like I am good, I'm the best, I'm what? I am all that. And then they will then come and follow, and everyone will be declaring and saying positive things about themselves. So it's part of those things, because you'll find that some kids, they were shy before they entered the program, but when they leave, or rather at the end of the year, they are able to present themselves. They are more confident than they were before. And also, I trying to impart reading, because when someone reads, I always tell them that when you read, it makes you to be ahead of your peers. So, and then after reading, make notes and then share with me. So what I'm doing, I'm compiling those book reviews from them, and then at the end of the year, I will then be sharing with them. So basically, we are compiling a scrapbook from some of the chats. I take screenshots as well as their book reviews, and then so basically that is what we are doing.
That sounds amazing, and probably I don't know what's your case, but for example, when I was in school, nobody
Mhm.
taught me about visualizing and saying good things to myself. And right now you're doing this, and I believe it's amazing. And I don't know if you received such an education when you were a small girl.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. But as you read books, because I love reading books, as you read books, that's where you get the information. So if I'm doing the that now, and they're doing it earlier. So it makes them to be ahead by, say, 20 years, because most of the things I did in the past decade or so.
Amazing, amazing. I love it. Are there any notable outcomes or successes stories resulting from these events that you can share? Like, I don't know if you remember some specific young student that you say he was like a brilliant leader, or any story that you would like to tell.
Okay, yes. One of them I took to a leadership breakfast. It was a women in leadership breakfast. She attended it and she was so inspired and she was very happy. She was part of that. She liked the atmosphere and everything. Oh, by the way, the event was held at Johannesburg Stock Exchange. It's quite a fancy building. So yeah,
Nice.
and then I also have one of them had started looking for land for commercial farming. So since she couldn't do the commercial farming right away, she started her own garden so that it can keep her motivated. What else have we done? We did hiking earlier this year. So when we were doing the hiking, basically it was like an activity to tell them that you do need time to reconnect and relax and recharge as a leader. And nature has that calming effect. So we went on hiking. We also have a successful businessman right now. He's in the graphic design space. His link is also available. But basically, he is a businessman. He is doing his own thing, and he registered his business at 16 years old. And yeah, we've been working together, and it looks good because he has now recruited his friends who are now business owners. So we needed to be as practical as possible to show that this is what you can get when you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Amazing, amazing. And with the foundation being relatively new, what measures has the foundation taken to ensure that the long-term sustainability of its initiatives and projects? Like, how do you measure the success?
Okay, we have what can I say? We have implemented. Okay, last year it was though it wasn't. We were still at ground level, but this year we have implemented an enrollment process, which is through a form that they need to fill online. It's a Google form. They fill it online so that we can track the progress and see how many students are we having, and basically so it's what incorporating technology in our processes. That's number one. Number two, we have the WhatsApp group so that we can be able to track their progress and share the lessons. Basically, the WhatsApp group is the most active space that we are using. And what else? I'm in touch, or I'm communicating with quite a number, with a lot, basically, a lot of organizations that can partner with us, because most of the kids are using their parents' phones, so their parents have given them consent to join the platform using their phone. So we would like them to have cell phones as well as unlimited internet access so that they can be able to do as much task, because I would like to reintroduce them to AI and all those what artificial intelligence what to be part of the what is it fourth industrial revolution. So we need them
Uh-huh.
to be on par with all kids globally. So we don't want them to be left behind. So we are incorporating them that, and also the vision board, we encourage them to do it on online instead of doing it manually, so that they can improve their digital skills. So that is what we are doing to be sustainable.
In what area do you believe that you need more help as a foundation? Is it in the financial aspect? Is it in the uh, supplements, materials, mobile phones? What do you believe is the most requiring thing that you need nowadays for doing what you're doing?
Okay, what we need, what I can say we need right now, since some of them are using their parents' phones, we need routers, unlimited internet access. That would be number one. And then for the organization, we would like a website that will have a student portal where we will load all the lessons and then automatically produce a certificate of completion at the end of the year. As well as, so the website would like it to have a student portal, a networking area, and an information hub for the teenagers so that they can be able to get information in one area. So basically, and then so I said it's the routers, the website, and then cell phones and laptops. The laptops will mainly be for the satellite offices, and then cell phones will be for the kids to use so that they own cell phones and have unlimited access to this, because our lives are digital. So we don't want them to lag behind because of the situation they were brought or they found themselves in. So when they do that, so when we have satellite offices with internet and all those office equipment, in that way they will be able to then catch up and dream big, because I always tell them that the sky is not the limit. What is that building in Dubai? They've already reached the sky. So they say the sky is not the limit, only your imagination is.
Yeah, totally. So if someone is looking at this, it he's listening, and this person wants to help you, where does this person need to talk to you? Do you have an email? Is it a social network that you can share with everyone so they can reach to you? What will you say?
Yes, we are available on LinkedIn as EST Dlamini Foundation. We are available on Facebook as EST Dlamini Foundation. We also have an email, which is info at estdlaminifoundation.com. So we do have an existing domain, and the website can be up and running at any time. But the type of website we need requires a lot of money. So, but we do have an existing domain. The emails are working without any problem.
Excellent. I don't know if you can see, but on the right on the of your screen, there is a private chat. Probably you can send me the link, and I can show the link to everyone. That I believe it's going to be good. So if anyone is interested in helping this foundation, I believe it's a really good opportunity to do it. Um, so. Um, Also,
Yes.
Phumzile, you have something that you call the e-teens leadership program. Is it the same thing as the foundation, or is it different?
The 18th Leadership Foundation is one of the projects the EST Foundation is hosting. So everything is hosted by the foundation.
Okay, I see. Perfect. So, having said that, is there anything else that you would like to share with the audience related to the foundation?
What I can say is that we need to work together as adults. We are already ahead. So each teenager needs someone that will be able to guide them. I think teenagers only need love. They need to know that someone cares for them. And as soon as you show that you love them, you genuinely love them, they, I don't know, I think something activates in their minds, and they show their creativity and they do amazing things. So wherever you are in your sphere of influence, try to take one teenager, even some teenagers will find that they will never have a holiday in their lives. But if you adopt one, making a difference in one makes a difference in the whole wide world, because at the end of the day, you can only do one step at a time. And then that's number one. Number two, we have the Agenda 2063 in Africa, where we are saying, let us unite and all those things. And if there was a hub where they could get leaders, I would like the e-teens leadership program to be part of their recruitment hubs, where they get the best, where they know that if someone was working with Phumzile Miya, there will be excellency involved in that particular person. So there will be, and already we are getting results, because you get people to say, how do you do that? How do you do that? So already it shows that there's that excellence, there's that element in the kids I'm working with, because I show them love and I just tell them to do it. We keep it simple as possible. It's not like I impose. I allow them to be themselves, and then it evolves and they come out beautifully.
That's really, really lovely. I really like the work that you're doing with all of the young kids, Phumzile. It's quite amazing that doing that you can change the lives of young kids. So applauses to you.
Thank you so much.
Phumzile, right now I'm seeing here that you no, someone said very inspiring.
Oh, thank you.
I thought that you sent the information, but probably we can share.
I will type. Okay, I'm typing. LinkedIn is EST Dlamini Foundation.
Now I see.
I can find the links right now. My network, I think it's also slow. However, may I add the links at the end of the session?
Probably afterwards we can edit the description of this video, and we can put all of the links and share all of the information if someone is
yes,
if someone wants to reach out to you.
yes.
Yeah, so it's the same in LinkedIn, Facebook, and all of the other networks. Let me share this that you put here. That is the email. Just give me 1 sec. Okay, now the email is shared with everyone, and I will put it on the screen. Okay, all right, perfect. So the next topic that we have for you, Phumzile, in this program is called Trigger Questions. So the idea is that you give us short answers of your questions. And the first question for you is, Phumzile, something that no one knows about you.
What can I say? It's I use my car. I call my car an automobile university because I listen to books when I'm driving.
Nice. Number 2, Phumzile, what do you want to accomplish in life?
I'd like to live life in my own terms.
Meaning?
Yeah, meaning I'd like to make enough money so that I don't have to ask anything from anyone, and be able to do the charity work without depending on anyone.
Excellent. Number 3, Phumzile, what has been your biggest mistake made to the date?
What can I say? Not studying entrepreneurship earlier, I guess.
When did you decide to study entrepreneurship?
Okay, entrepreneurship, I got interested in 2018. That's when everything started running. But I'm thinking, if I started when I was still younger, or even a teenager, or if someone exposed me to that, I think I would be far ahead than where I am right now, because I'm still in my 9-to-5 job.
Number 4, what person from the business world do you admire and why?
I love Tony Elumelu. He is a great businessman in Africa, and
Okay.
he is also one of the greatest philanthropists because he has a network. Actually, I'm one of the beneficiaries from one of his entrepreneurial support. So he's doing such a great job, and he is down to earth, and he is focused. And you can see that integrity, quality is all he is for, and that's exactly who I want to be, basically. So I want to be well known for quality, excellence, and when someone says Phumzile Miya, I just want to be related to one of the best, highest standards. Yes.
Nice. And the last question is, Phumzile, when you are no longer on this earth, how would you like to be remembered?
I would say I want people to say she believed she could, and she did.
Excellent. I love that. Yeah, she did it. Yeah, amazing. So we are almost finishing this interview, and the last thing that we have for you, Phumzile, is bonus track. What are your recommendations on some books, movies, series, podcasts, anything that you would like to share to the community?
I don't watch TV at all. So I read a lot of books. So I have quite a number of books that I can recommend. The first one is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Do you know him?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes. And then The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma.
Yeah.
And then Atomic Habits by James Clear. And then anything by Malcolm Gladwell. Anything by John C. Maxwell. And in South Africa, anything by Bonang Mohale. That's what I can recommend.
The last one I didn't, first time
That's
I heard about him.
Okay, it's Bonang Mohale is a South African author. I was reading his book a few months ago, Lift as You Rise. He's quite one of the best leaders I look up to in South Africa. And yeah, he has quite a number of books. So anything by him, I know to.
Excellent. I will take a search on him to know more about him. I don't know if you're still there because right now you're freeze on your screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you are. There you are.
Okay.
You are? Yes.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back.
Yes, yes, yes. And the last thing that we ask all of our guests in the show is if you can share a final message with everyone, with all the community, with all the humankind, with your family, with all the people in Africa. And here the most important thing is that I will put you on first screen. So this is going to be recorded for the eternity of times. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. All right. Phumzile Miya is for excellency, quality, and the best. So my message to the world would be kind and mentor a teenager. Take a teenager along with you. And if you can, get as much from your community or sphere of influence. Do not be a gate, but instead lift as you rise. And lastly, life is beautiful as long as you believe that you can. That's what is it Tom Ford who says, if you believe you can, you are right. If you believe you can't, you are right. So let's go out there and live life. Life is beautiful. Thank you.
Yes, totally amazing. Love it. I love your mentality,
Yes,
Phumzile. Success in all of with the foundation and with all of the things that you're doing. I believe that um, childhood and young kids are our future. So
Definitely.
implementing mentality and doing all of the things that you are doing with them, it's quite lovely and an amazing job that you're doing. So all of the successes to you, and I hope that you can achieve everything that you have set in your mind and with all of your with all of the people that is collaborating with you.
Okay, thank you so much, Rodrigo. I truly appreciate to be here. And in spite of the time zones and everything, I'm grateful, very much grateful to be here. I can do this every day. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here, and thank you to everyone that was live watching us, and probably afterwards they are going to see the replay. They can reach out to Phumzile if they need more information. Thank
Yeah.
everyone, and goodbye. See you next time.